Our next guest started 71 games and scored 1,137 points for the BYU basketball team over 3 seasons between 2000 and 2003. His teams went 44-1 at the Marriott Center. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Travis. Played in 2 NCAA tournaments. Basketball brought him to BYU and took him around the world, where he's made a tremendous impact on people both on and off the court. And it's a pleasure to welcome the great Travis Hansen to the Wise Guys. Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
What's up? Thanks for having me.
Travis, what's up, man?
Happy Tuesday, my friend.
Travis.
How are you guys?
Where are you? Like we always say, we're in an undisclosed location. I'm in New York right now. So we told people that. Dave's in Provo. Where are you right now?
I'm in Mapleton, Utah. Just got done coaching a 3rd grade team.
Doing good stuff.
Travis,
It was fun.
You're like one of the coolest persons we know. Do you feel, when you walk around, do you feel like you're the coolest person?
Yeah, one of the coolest. Who else do you guys know?
We just know a few, but you're right. You're at the top of our list of cool people.
Oh, you guys are nice. You guys are the coolest ones, man. You guys are good people doing good stuff, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. Love BYU. And it sounds like I got to subscribe to the Wise Guys podcast.
It really does.
Yeah, you need to come join us more often. You can listen to it when you're driving around, riding your bike, whatever, man. So,
hey, did you ever play football?
When you were playing, Trav, we always used to say, that dude would be a ridiculous tight end. He could play tight end. He could have been an NFL tight end. Did you play football at Mountain View High School?
Nope, never played football.
Why not?
I'm not as thick as Chad Lewis and some of these guys. Tied in, I would have been awesome wide receiver. I would have been nice. You throw it up in the end zone. I think I would have got most of those.
What was your vertical? What was your vertical? Because you could fly.
Yeah, 40 inch, 6'5", 40-inch vertical.
And your football coach never tried to get you out there at Mountain View?
Mountain View's not known for football, so just kidding, football, Mountain View guys, my bad. I was just always a hooper. I played soccer growing up too. Tried my hand at baseball. It was too boring, and I just loved basketball through and through.
Man, if we could line you up on one side and Puka Nacua on the other, that'd be dangerous.
I'm too big for Puka. Puka's only 6'2". I'm too big.
Yeah, no, I'm like, we line him up on the left, and we line you up on the right, and have Jaron at quarterback. Who's going to defend that? Nobody could stop that with you and Puka as the 2 wide receivers.
I would hope not. As long as Jaron gets it close, we'll go up and get it.
Hey, when you consider how an athlete gets to an elite level, like you've been, how much of it's hard work? How much of it is just being gifted with the right skills, like speed, height, leaping ability?
Coach Rose told me this a while ago. This said something like, imagine how many things have to line up in your life to be the head coach of BYU. You know, it's not like those positions open often, and he paid the price and went to Dixie. I think it's just similar for every career and every pursuit. There's a lot that has to go right. You know, can't get injured, right system, right coach, right talent, the right body type, incredible mentality. The mental piece is way bigger than I ever thought it was. Playing professionally with these guys, because I started playing with guys that weren't as talented and didn't have 40-inch verticals, but they were super smart and mentally tough and knew the right plays to make, and they played a long time professionally. So to answer your question, just a lot of things have to line up, and I'm very thankful I was able to play as long as I was able to.
With your natural skills, like with the height and the explosiveness and your speed and all that, you could have played a bunch of different sports. Why was it basketball for you?
Sixth grade. I think it was 5th, 6th grade. Someone grabbed me, and I loved kickball. I loved football. I loved tetherball. Loved baseball, and grew up probably playing more baseball than basketball. And it just so happened in 6th grade, someone asked me to play speed, and I just noticed I was better. I noticed I was quicker, faster, and something clicked in my mindset that's what I wanted to play. So I ended up playing up a year, 7th grade, 8th grade, and just I think I was naturally more gifted at that sport, to tell you the truth. I think I could have been possibly good at other sports, who will know, but basketball seemed to click for me, and it with my body type and mentality, it turned out to be a good fit.
2003, your first team All-Mountain West Conference, co-defensive player of the year, drafted with the 37th overall pick by Atlanta in the NBA draft. Are you living the dream at this point?
Oh man, that in that moment I was like overwhelmed, exhausted, because I was living in Bradenton, Florida, traveling to work out for these teams. I did 21 NBA workouts where they fly you in, you do an assessment physically, intellectually, you play 1-on-1 or 2-on-2. Many of the workouts I end up playing against Dwayne Wade, and they bring in one of the best guards that they're thinking about drafting, and one of the best big guys. And I was so exhausted by the end that I was just glad that anybody drafted me. But it turned out to be a great fit, and just awesome memories of Atlanta. Very thankful for my time in Atlanta. I got to go back to this summer.
What's the biggest misconception kids have about playing in the NBA?
I don't know that it's just easy, that it's I sometimes I give talks, and I spoke today at the entrepreneurial school of UVU, and kids will say, how much money you make, what's your favorite car? I think their misconception is it's just you just drive Lamborghinis and shoot hoops and it's so easy. It's hard. You travel, it's hard on your family, it's hard on your body, it's hard mentally. I think one of the most misconceptions is you're just this talented freak that made it in the NBA because you're 7 foot and can jump. These guys work hard. I did the work ethic. You say when you work hard, good things happen, great things, and sometimes incredible things. These guys have earned the incredible thing because of the time and effort over years and years and years that they've been able to mentally and physically put in the gym. So it was amazing to get to Atlanta and see Jason Terry, how he never missed. I mean, he was 9 out of 10. Every shot he made off the dribble, fadeaways, from three, from half court. I mean, he had put so much time in that I was in shock how good he was.
Former BYU basketball star and global game changer for hundreds, thousands of kids and their families. Travis Hansen's on the Wise Guys tonight. After a year in the NBA, you decide to play the rest of your career over in Europe. So what didn't you like about the NBA? And I've heard your talks, and I know that you've expounded on this. There was something about whatever that was better for you and your family in Europe. What was it?
Super simple. My team sold when I was in Atlanta. Ted Turner owned it. They sold it to a local team, and the GM and the head coach got fired. And when all your people, that loved you and signed you, your owner, your GM, your head coach, all change over, the culture changed overnight. Number one. Number two, my agent called me and said, look, you're on a 2-year deal. You're making this amount. If you want to try your hand at Spain, I got a team right now that'll pay you 4 times. Less tax, plus first class tickets, plus housing, plus a car. And I really just looking at my cute little family. We got one little boy who's 2, and I got my sweet little wife. And I'm thinking, if I die right now, she's going to have to work for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
And so it was just a life-changing opportunity to go make enough money to take care of my family.
While you were overseas, especially the seasons that you spent in Moscow, you and your wife decided to get involved with improving the lives of children in orphanages over there. You created what's now called the Sunshine Heroes Foundation. What's that, and how does it work?
So my wife and I had the opportunity to re-sign in Spain or go to Russia. And for some reason, we felt prompted to go to Russia, which was not in the top 10 or 20 places we wanted to go. Ended up going there, and we fall in love with the people, fall in love with the communities, and my team. And at the same time, my wife and I were dreaming of a big family. And early on at BYU, we were in a BYU devotional at the Marriott Center. A couple in front of us had a little baby, and we felt that intuition, those whispers that come, and that we should have a family, that we should start. So our first little baby boy came quickly, and we named him Ryder, who's currently serving in Madrid, Spain, back in my hometown, serving in the same place he grew up, which is an amazing story. And then we had miscarriages, we had problems, we had infertility, we had struggles, and and we're living millions of miles away from family. And my wife finds solace and comfort in the scriptures. She always has. She's just super Christ-like, and she is reading in Matthew. My yoke is easy, my burden is light. And she says, you know what? I got to stop thinking about my problems. This is a girl who wants a big family, who wants to be a mom more than anything, who's going through physical elements. And she decides, you know what? I need to stop thinking about myself. There's a lot of kids here that need help. So she starts to research orphanages and how foster care in the U.S. is this net that somehow captures a lot of kids that are falling through the cracks of through parents that have been deemed unfit to be parents due to alcohol and drugs. And in Russia, they don't have foster care. And so the kids that fall through the cracks end up at hospitals or makeshift homes. That it's just a bad situation. So that is how Sunshine Heroes was born, from a little cute girl supporting her husband playing professional basketball, trying to have a family, listened to those intuition, those thoughts, and thought, man, I have problems, but there's probably someone else with other things. And we're not here just for basketball. We're here to do some good. So thus we started a foundation, and it's blessed our lives more than I think the people we've helped, but we hope them too.
How many countries is your foundation involved with now, helping kids?
10.
10?
Yep.
That's Nepal,
yep.
Africa, Thailand, Panama, China.
Yep, Nicaragua, Peru.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just been a Dominican Republic has been awesome.
Yeah, Dominican Republic just got some of that hurricane that just came down. So yeah, that is just amazing to me. How does that changed your lives? You being involved with these kids, and how's it resonated in the lives and the attitude and the mentality that your own kids have?
That's a great question. It's just brought so many rewards and blessings to us, like serving in callings, coaching kids, running businesses, serving others, working at homeless shelters. Anytime you're serving others, being a parent, anytime you're serving others, you just, I think you become a little bit more like Jesus Christ. I think your heart's humbled, your eyes are opened, mentally you're strengthened, you become more humble, you become more grateful for everything you have. And you're just, my kids, especially as they travel, they're just in shock, like most of us that serve missions, that people have dirt floors, that they don't have running water, clean water, they don't have opportunity, they don't have both parents, they don't have both parents that love them, they don't have education. And so for me, it's made me really believe that every day truly is a gift. I'm so thankful for my parents, so thankful for a good mom and dad that sets you up with a foundation that's just, indescribable of what the impact that has on your life. And then number two, for America, for opportunity, for education, of what you can really build the American dream, which is the life you really want to have, whatever you do for work or career or health-wise. And in other countries, it's not what it is. Too much corruption and not enough opportunity. And so probably the number one thing I'd say is gratitude.
Isn't it interesting how putting a ball in a basket or slamming one, which you did quite often, and no one I had a better time playing basketball at BYU than you did. It was on your face, it was in your emotions and all those things. And you went 44-1 at the Marriott Center, so you were a beloved character there in the big house. But look what that simple game has done for everyone that you've managed to touch around the world. I mean, it started with making a layup, but where you went from BYU to what you've done is phenomenal.
Oh, I mean, it's just blessed my life. It's been a ride of a lifetime to, shooting hoops at Orem Elementary to Orem Junior High, to traveling around the world. And, basketball can use you, sports can use you and spit you out, or you can use it to really improve your life and live the life you want. And And, credit goes to coaches and mentors, professors, my wife. I was smart enough to listen to them, which some of these kids are a little bit more stubborn. But I was smart enough to listen to them and know that they kind of knew more than I did. So I wanted to quit 3 times in my career.
Really?
First year was with Heath Schroyer at BYU. I was newly, maybe a sophomore at BYU, and I was so tired. Missionary feet, dipping them in Epsom salt, skin falling off, legs were killing me. I was done. Like I was done. I told my wife, babe, I can't do this. She's like, look, it's your choice, but you committed. You commit, at least finish the year out. And I was mentally, done. And she said, just finish the year out. Finish the year out. Never thought about quitting again at BYU. Get to the NBA. NBA is tough. I mean, the environment's tough. The people are tough. I'm not playing very well. I broke my foot. I'm in a brace. I'm not playing really well. I called my dad. I'm done. I can make money doing something else. And he's kind of like, well, you're making pretty good money for a first year.
That's what dads do. Now, son, think of this through.
Yeah, you might want to think this. Go ahead, keep talking. So and it says might want to think this through. Might want to commit. And you signed a contract. You got a responsibility. This is a job, and you need to do your best. And third was at Spain. The first year in Spain, I played for a guy named Dusko, and I practiced so much, overtrained so much that my right calf turned black. I broke every muscle in my calf, and I hated it. I hated running in the mountains and training. And again, I told my wife, babe, I think I'm done. I'll go do something else. And again, credit goes to her. She's like, kind of suck it up, bro. You got other teammates that have been here 5 years. Can't be that hard, Maybe because you came from the South NBA or something. This is, Europe's tough. And I said, okay. So, these people not allowing me to quit, but instead validating me and sustaining me and even kind of inspiring me to stay in it, absolutely changed my life.
That's awesome. People come on the show and they always tell us these stories, Travis, which, Mark Wilson was on with us. You remember the great Mark Wilson, first round draft pick of the Oakland Raiders. Mark was telling us the time he went into LaVell Edwards' office and quit, and LaVell talked him out of it, and then he came back and ends up being a first round draft pick. So I think we all have to have somebody that validates us and tells us, "No, you can keep doing this." When we come across those are great stories. We appreciate that. Hey, how can people help with the foundation? Tell us and tell all the folks that are with us and they're listening to this podcast and everything, like how they can get involved and help with the foundation.
I think number one is to personally just spend the time learning about Jesus, learning about what he taught, what he did, and just try to emulate that in your life. We need more of that in this world. Number one. Number two, be a really good parent. Spend the time with your kids. Get them off cell phones and social media. Make them work hard. Make them do hard things. We kind of, as a foundation, we kind of deal with the fallout when you don't have those two things in your life. And thirdly, just start wherever you can. There's kids down the street. There's organizations here in Utah. There's opportunities everywhere if you'll just look. Someone told me everyone should spend their days at least praying or worrying about somebody. You're welcome to come to the Sunshine Heroes Foundation. It's spreadsunshine.org, and come and learn about what we're doing. But specifically, I'm sure there's opportunities in your own life that you can look and find people that need some help.
Spreadsunshine.org.
Did you ever think, Travis, like, I know that you had aspirations in sports as you were growing up. Did you ever think that one of the awards you would win or it's not, I don't know, you win this award, it's bestowed upon you by BYU. You were honored with the Distinguished Alumni Award. Was that something you ever thought about?
That's serious stuff.
Growing up? That's pretty amazing.
I was just trying to graduate. I was trying to get through epidemiology, some of these classes, no, but what an incredible honor. That's more for my wife. She's the heart behind the foundation. She's the love. She's the one that has empathy and compassion and loves people and children. And I'm just along the ride. I hitched my wagon to her. And as she wants to help people, I'm the executor. If she wants to help people, I'm in. I can get things done. But, we got nominated with Clayton Christensen and Gary Saban, and just opportunity to meet those are heroes of mine was amazing.
One thing the three of us share in common is we've all lost a parent. Your mom, Lori, passed away when you were 18. How proud do you think she is with all the good that you're doing? And of course, she'll say, number one, you married up, but you've established that already here tonight. And do you think she's pleasantly surprised that you've done all this?
Probably. But I can tell you, anyone that's lost a parent, sibling, or anyone that you love, when you need them, they are there 100%. She has, I'm just so lucky I got to spend 18 years with her, learn from her, the memories I have. I hope absolutely that I'm making her proud. I really, really miss her, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Visiting with former BYU basketball star Travis Hansen, the same Travis Hansen that scored 30 points and grabbed 17 rebounds at Pepperdine during his senior season. Did you go surfing after that, or was it just everything in Firestone Arena and then you got on the bus and came home? Because it seems like, let's see, you had your hair dyed, you were a free spirit. It seems like you'd go catch a couple waves after demolishing the Pepperdine waves. You remember that day?
It sounds like you heard some stories. So we get done. We get done to score whatever it was and got
30 and 17.
Rebounds.
30 and 17.
Yeah. And ESPN wants to interview me. And so me, Terry Nashif, and Steve Pincock stay after the game. And everyone else is gone. Everyone else is in the hotel. They're eating. And we're like an hour and a half behind everybody. So we start cruising down the PCH, headed back to the hotel. And Steve Pincock's like, hey, you guys want to get in the ocean? We're like, heck yeah. So we pull over and we're like in our spandex. I'm like half the uniform off and we jump in and screw around and come back to the hotel, and we open the sliding door of the van. All the sand pours out. Cleveland is like, where have you guys been? Yeah, we celebrated. Those guys are good friends of mine.
Fantastic.
You know what, Pepperdine, every time Dave and I do a game at Pepperdine, I'm in the arena and I'm going, why would anybody come here and play? There's like 15 people here. And then we walk out that front door and look, and I go, oh yeah, I forgot about this. Forgot about this view, right?
It's a beautiful campus.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. Hey, BYU joining the Big 12 next season. How excited are you for that? And can they compete in that league? This is the best league in college basketball that they're joining.
Oh my gosh, I wish I was playing. Oh, phenomenal leadership with Tom Homo and Brian Santiago and Liz getting us in the Big 12 and making really hard choices along the way that allowed for this to happen. Even earlier, 4 or 5 years earlier, then they really tried hard and we didn't get in. It ended up probably contributing to us getting in. But absolutely, we can compete. I think we'll compete easier to begin with other sports.
Yeah.
But you got Mark Pope leading it out, so I don't think there's anyone that works harder than Mark Pope, and he just got first couple of years might be an adjustment, but I'm all in. I think they'll eventually figure it out and win a lot of games, and I'll be right there cheering them on.
You mentioned Mark. Do you have much interaction with Mark and the team now that you're back here in Utah and have been for a long time? Do you get to interact with that group much?
Not enough. Cody Feger was just in my house with his third grader kid, so we were coaching our third graders together. I love them. I not enough. We're busy with their job, and I got my job, but we got to go to Italy a few years ago with our wives together with Mark Pope. I met him when he was playing with the Denver Nuggets, and I was playing for Atlanta Hawks. Got to see Leanne at the BYU game last week. She's a remarkable human, and so as much time as we can get with the Popes, we'll take, because we really love them and look up to them.
This is the Wise Guys, but you also have a big hand in the development over at Utah Valley, where you played your freshman year, and Mark Madsen's in our stake. We see him in the halls at church all the time. To have Mark Madsen and Mark Pope as the two Division I basketball coaches in Utah Valley is like a coup.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, Mark Madsen, we played AU ball together. I love that guy. And when he got the job, he called my cell phone, left a voicemail, and said something like, "Travis Hansen, the basketball world is calling you back." I said, I said, bro, you need to raise some money over there. I don't know if you can afford me, bro. If there's anytime I'd ever coach, I'd coach with him or Mark Pope. I love them. They're both dear friends. It's incredible that they're coaches, and both universities are lucky to have them. I was just at UVU today for 3 or 4 hours. I spoke to the entrepreneurial school. I got to hang out with the dean and some professors, and I love UVU too. I actually serve in a calling over there at UVU Institute of Religion.
Great. All right, we've got a football question for you, and then five quick questions, and then we'll get you back to your family. We sure appreciate your time, but let's talk football. We've got Notre Dame on Saturday night. What 3 things need to happen for BYU to win in Vegas?
Got to get some stops. You got to score, and Jalen Hall's got to play really well.
That's it. Those are the 3. You do those 3 things, and we're in business.
Yeah, I was going to limit turnovers. Play.
Hey, that's one thing.
Jump around after the third quarter. I mean,
BYU's the number 1 team in the country in turn. They don't give up the ball. They only have 1 turnover. They're tied for first in the country in least amount of turnovers. So,
hey, you've grown up here with BYU having outstanding quarterbacks. This Jaren Hall's as good as any of them. He's fun to watch. What do you like about his style?
He's super mature. Gosh, man. In fact, I saw him the other day at a restaurant, and he's like, Travis Hansen, I saw you on Netflix. I'm like more famous for Netflix than in basketball anymore. He is incredibly poised. He's an incredible athlete, high IQ, a great leader, as you saw with the game that went into overtime with the kicker Jake Oldroyd.
Yeah, with Baylor.
So I would probably say one of my favorite things about Jaren Hall is his leadership. It's hard to be a leader and to get people to really follow you with all these different personalities. And besides being an incredible quarterback and high IQ and a great athlete, he's just a natural born leader. He knows how to lead, which is a talent.
All right, Blaine, let's hit him up with 5 quick questions.
We'll give you 5 questions. You don't think about them, you just answer them. So, your favorite sports movie?
Oh, Hoosiers.
Nice. Good choice.
Nice. Favorite singer? Yeah, I like both of those. So, Rob Jensen, or that guy we had on earlier, world famous artist, he said Moneyball. I forgot about that one. That's a good sports movie I'd forgotten about. So
that's an awesome
remind me. I might have to go back and watch that one with Brad Pitt. Okay, favorite singer or band?
Coldplay.
Nice.
Classic.
Favorite breakfast cereal?
Oh my gosh, breakfast cereal is like my favorite thing. Frosted Mini Wheats.
Frosted Mini
Wheats.
Should I say Raisin Bran? And all my kids are like,
no,
you're so gross.
No. I think Marie Osmond went with Frosted Mini Wheats too. That's a good choice.
We shun people that don't eat cereal that has some type of sugar already on it. So
somebody said
Raisin Bran. I think Raisin Bran has sugar on the raisins, doesn't it? Or do you have to put it on?
I think they have some sugar on there. Somebody
said
Life.
Everything. I'm a cereal guy. I love cereal.
Who was it that said Life? Was it Nixon's buddy?
Yeah, regular Life cereal. Come on.
I think Brian Keel said
Life
with just the regular.
No,
that was awful.
It's not happening. Frosted Mini Wheats. What I like about that is that's like pretending like it's healthy. It's like, hey, let's take tiny little hay bales, but let's cover them with sugar, right? That's what I like about that one. So your favorite BYU memory?
Oh, bringing my son out, my senior night, and having him and my wife and my dad come out with me. All these people that help support you. So probably that. How
about your senior night, Rick? You're capping up a 44-1 run at home. That's something. That Marriott Center. You guys got that Marriott Center rocking through that time.
Well, with the fans and the administration, everyone that puts everything together and works so hard. I mean, they all have a credit to do. So it was an easy place to win when you had 22,000 screaming fans that supported you.
All right, here's the big one.
Yeah, this is one just specifically designed for you. What's your favorite Russian cuisine?
Kartoshka.
All right, and what
is that?
They love their baked potatoes. They're so good at baked potatoes. So we in New York and throughout America, we have hot dog stands. Yeah. They have baked potato stands.
What?
Or ice cream stands. Yep. It could be 30 below and they get a pound of baked potato in that an ice cream cone.
I thought that only happened in Idaho. I didn't realize that it's also in Russia. So that's awesome.
That's awesome. The great Travis Hansen with us on Wise Guys tonight. Thank you so much for your time, and we salute you for the person you are and the representative you are of BYU, and proud to call you our friend. And any way we can help with all the good you're doing, just please holler at us.
You guys are my people. We love you. You guys are heroes of mine. So thank you for all you do. Now I'm subscribing right now.
Right now.
Thanks, Travis.
Awesome.
Love you, brother.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Great Travis Hansen, 44-1 as a Cougar, but what he's done with basketball to help kids all over the world, both he and his wife, Lurie, it's just phenomenal. We've had two people on tonight with Rob Jensen and with Travis Hansen who have found a way to take their BYU experience and in two very different ways affect millions of people in positive ways. And that's just awesome.